let's move on to some game talk.
Yeah, buddy.
Excited about that. I want to talk about Nintendo. No surprise to anybody,
Get out of here.
anybody at home.
I have nothing to add.
I know you don't have any thoughts on this. No, so I've been really excited to talk to you about Nintendo. So the Switch is now out. This must be the best time ever for Game Explain.
It's like Christmas, man.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you've been dealing with some shit for some time.
Yeah,
you know,
4 years. Yeah, most of Game Explain's existence.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, but you persevered through it, and like you were that beacon of hope for the people that actually still wanted to like the games coming out for it, right? But now it's like they're giving you a shot and giving you things to actually be excited about. How do you feel about that?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. It's good. It's good to be excited again, like having people be excited for a Nintendo platform. You know, the sales figures just came out yesterday from Nintendo. They are super good for the Switch, at least in the US. I mean, it's looking good. So there's an aura right now surrounding Nintendo that we haven't had in quite some time, I feel like. Because
there's hope.
There's hope, exactly. There's hope again, yeah. So yeah, I'm feeling good. Like I think Nintendo's doing good right now. I mean, I think E3 is going to be like that's the next big thing. That's going to be like this is going to be showing us like how Nintendo's set up for the future.
Yep.
But for right now, I think Nintendo's doing pretty good. They're holding steady. And yeah, it just feels good. Like it feels good to be a Nintendo fan again, and we haven't had that in some time.
So I completely agree with you. I feel like we were all, when the Switch commercial came out, like the launch commercial thing, right? Everyone was like, "Holy shit, this thing actually looks like it's everything that we want."
Yo, she's playing on a rooftop. That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. But then when they announced the Switch presentation in January,
right?
I built that up to be like, this is going to be the thing that we've been waiting for. They've been fucking killing it.
This is RE3.
This is going to be the Nintendo being like, here, thanks for being patient with us, right?
Nope.
And then it wasn't. And then it just totally wasn't. And like that hit me in a way of like, all right, I'm always going to be a fanboy to this stuff. I'm always going to get excited about this stuff. But is E3 going to be the thing that we want it to be?
It may not be. I mean, here's the thing, right? When you're dealing with Nintendo fans, especially me included, there's always going to be like a level of hype there. I don't know if it's even possible to fully live up to consistently. So, but I feel like compared to how it's been in the past few years, you know, I think there should be a reasonable level of hope right now for, you know, hope again. Like I don't think it's unreasonable to expect better things than we've had in the past few years. But maybe I get overhyped again, so we'll see.
But I feel like the hope will be at acceptable levels.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like that was the thing with the Switch review, or like the trailer. We're like, holy shit, it's what we were hoping it was going to be. It's great. And then the presentation was a wind out of your sails moment. But we got back on. I was really surprised. People were soured about the presentation.
Got back on track,
but they were still excited about the Switch. And then the Switch came and we had it and we're all like, oh fuck, this is great. And you know, the haters on the outside, oh, it's a Zelda machine or whatever. But like that's really tapered off now. I don't hear people saying that really and bitching about it. And granted, it's because there's a bunch of nindies I think coming out and like Mr. Shifty's rad. But I think coming into E3, I think you'll have those kind of expectations. The expectations that have not the sky high ones we thought for the crazy presentation, but more in the middle here of like, well, it's going to be a Fire Emblem and it's going to be the whatever, but maybe there will be a Metroid, maybe there will be this. What is going to fill in the gap?
Yeah,
I think it's possible.
I don't know. See, I think that with Nintendo, you'll never have tempered expectations. Nintendo, it's always the like you do expect all of the things at once, and I feel like you never get any of them. So I feel like that list just kind of gets longer and longer and longer because it goes from like, man, I want the Metroid to man, I want Metroid and F-Zero to man, Donkey Kong Country hasn't been around for 3 years now. So and you start feeling like you're owed all of these things.
Yeah, my Stone Race FX2, where's that at?
But I feel like too, like I think the Switch so far has been a success, and it's been a success also in the case of managed expectations. I did buy this expecting, all right, cool, Zelda, Kart, Odyssey, and then Graceful Explosion Machine, Mr. Shifty. I'm like, oh shit, like these games are Mistake Pass. This is awesome. And this is, I'm struggling with that thing of, man, I love Persona 5, but fuck, it'd be great on the Switch.
It's,
I would love to play everything everywhere. That's how I want to play games because we're on the road so much.
I mean, yeah, especially in your case, you're right. I mean, it is kind of liberating. You can play this console anywhere and as a handheld and a console. And even just treating it as a console, I found it, I mean, it's really convenient. Like just being able, like I took it home a few weeks ago to Seattle. Yeah. Just threw my bag, brought the dock with me. It's no hassle at all.
For the hotel rooms I'm in, sure. Dock there, HDMI, I'm playing.
You got two controllers with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We talked a bit about this last week with Andrew Renee, but the direct that just happened and the last couple, if not directs, but presentations that Nintendo's done. So they did the January one, and then they did the Fire Emblem direct proper. And then after that, they did the Nindies presentation, which was not called a direct, but it essentially was a direct.
Right.
And then they just did the most recent Reason Direct. That's kind of the new format going forward. Do you think that they're putting the right type of information out there and like making the right announcements?
For right now, I think they are. I mean, again, I think everyone realizes E3 is going to answer a lot of our questions. I think people,
damn well better.
Yeah, it better. That's it. I mean, so I think people understand they're not going to be making huge announcements at this point. And one of the big questions right now is how is third-party support going to be moving forward? Right now, that is a big question mark. We really don't know. And hopefully E3 will answer that. But I think for right now, I think they're focusing on what's working for them. And working for us as gamers. Like I found, like I'm playing more indie games now than I probably have ever before at any one time. Like there are a lot of games on there that are super hot, super easy to hop into, and that are of high quality. Like Snake Pass, Fast Racing, RMX.
Oh yeah.
I'm hooked on that game.
I saw your controller died though for the first time, right, while you're playing it.
Like 30 seconds from the finish line. I'm like, really? Come on. Like it gave me the warning. I'm like, all right, I should be good to get through the end of this race. It died like 30 seconds later on the final race of a circuit on like the hardest cup. I'm like, you suck.
Oh no.
But how long had that Pro Controller been charged?
Oh, yeah, it was like 30 hours.
I was gonna say, right? Like that thing's been going for quite a while.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So to its credit, yeah.
And I think that's why like people aren't bitter about the Switch right now, is the fact that Zelda was fucking amazing. Of course, you had to play it.
People are still playing it.
Exactly,
People
you
aren't
can
done
keep
with it.
playing it. Yeah, is in the one thing. But then there are cool experiences there, and we are right to cart, and we are going to get more crap, and then it's going to be E3, and you hope that this is where they say, here's a few more games of why you should be excited about this, what should happen with it.
I mean, we talked about this ad nauseum, but I really, once the expectations were set after the January presentation, it's like, all right, cool. What we're going to get is about once a month a big game from Nintendo. And now that we know the release dates of ARMS and Splatoon, it's like we're missing May. There's not a big one in May, but we had...
Still be playing Card won't matter.
We had Zelda, we got Kart in April, then missing May, June get ARMS, July get Splatoon. Hopefully E3 will announce a couple things for the months in between that and Mario Odyssey, which, by the way, do you think Mario Odyssey is coming this year?
I guarantee it. I think it's definitely coming this year.
Man.
Yeah.
Don't be the internet commenter here. I'm not saying it's not. I was just saying a lot of people say a lot of things. That's like when I saw you getting all like it's guaranteed. I'm like, well, let's not go that far. All right, let's dial that back.
I think that's
manage
a sure thing.
expectations.
I respect that.
Yeah.
The thing that's not guaranteed, I think, is Xenoblade. I don't think that's coming out this year.
Me neither.
Yep.
I think if anything, it has a chance in Japan, but it hasn't even been announced.
I agree with that.
For North America.
I think it has. I don't know. I'm not sure. It has. I'm pretty sure it has.
But there's not a chance it's coming to North America this year.
Yeah,
not
I totally agree. So,
but I mean, the fact that they even announced that, it's like, all right, damn, that's pretty ambitious for the year one lineup. Even though that's not necessarily what the Western audiences are clamoring for.
That's it, right? Like, it's a super good year one lineup by Nintendo standards. Super. We're getting all their most of the major franchises in a year, including their new ones. But third parties, right? Like that's what Westerners really care about, or it seems that way. And there's still a huge lack of them.
But do you think they're ever going to come?
Because I don't.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, not in the AAA sense.
Yeah, I think what I always talk we talk about Switch all the time.
Yep.
But when we did the Lauren Lanning episode, and he was arguing that that's a huge problem. Like, I don't think it is, because I understand why it could be, but the Switch can't go the way of the Vita, because Nintendo can never be like, well, no AAA games again. No. Right. So you're going to have all these nindies there that are doing it. And that's exciting, I would think, to smaller developers of, I make this game for the Switch. I can put it everywhere. But yeah, Ubisoft's not going to say, well, let's you can put this third-party weird game on there.
And my thing with third parties is I think that when we're a couple years deep into the Switch's life cycle, I think that there's going to be a ton of really high-quality third-party games on the system. They're not going to be the Assassin's Creeds. Yeah. They're going to be the rumored Mario Rabbids RPG crossover, right? It's gonna be stuff like that where it's like they're more Nintendo quote unquote games, right? Even if it's not Nintendo franchises, like we're gonna get a lot of Square RPGs. Yeah, like for sure. You can look at the 3DS and see its third party lineup and kind of expect to see a more like beefy version of those, right?
I mean, that is really the Switch's best saving grace, hopefully, is the fact that Nintendo's treating this as a true hybrid. This is the successor to not just the Wii U, but the 3DS. So Nintendo by themselves are entirely focusing on this platform, hopefully, besides those new Kirby games they just announced.
Well, so that's the thing, is like, I was, as a Nintendo fan, and as someone that thinks that I know how they should run their business.
Right, we know best.
You run a successful business.
It's like when they started talking about all this fucking 3DS stuff, when they're like Hyrule Warriors, or not Hyrule, Fire Emblem Warriors, and it's also coming out to 3DS. I'm like, stop.
Right,
no.
Quit it. Cut it out.
We don't need this. We don't fucking want this. Oh, here's a Pikmin game coming, and here's a bazillion 3DS games that are still coming. It's like, you can stop. But then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, they need to have something to like that. There's an install base there.
Yeah.
They need to be making money because until there are Switches in every household that they can get them into, there's only right now 1 million that are out that were sold. So that means, in the US, only 1 million people in the US have it. That's not enough when there's 60 whatever million with the 3DS.
Yeah. And plus, I mean, there's that also hedging their bets if the Switch did fail, like they'd have the 3DS to fall back on in the near term. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
But it's like, but when does that end? You know, because
I think now they're winding it down. Rope. Now they're like, oh fuck, we got it. All right, this thing's successful enough.
I feel, Kirby games are kind of the ones you get at the end of a platform's life, right?
Yeah,
That's what killed the NES.
But there's so many Kirby games now.
There are 3 of them.
It's like Kirby and Fire Emblem. They're just like, just go.
Take them. Fire everything.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like, I mean, I fucking love Fire Emblem, but I'm like, all right, guys. Slow it down. Just a little. I mean, I'm super stoked for the Switch one, but like, I don't think I'm gonna touch the 3DS one because I'm like, Fates and Conquest and Revelations were. That was last year, right?
Yes, yeah. It feels like it was, yeah.
I'm Fire Emblemed out for right now. Like I'm good. I don't need to get another game just like that.
I kept thinking the new one is like, way later this year, but it's almost here. It's like, how is there a new Fire Emblem already? It's
no, that's gonna be nuts. But I'm interested to see, do they announce more 3DS games at E3? Because like that, in a perfect world for me, I'm like, no, like these directs were to get those out of the way, and E3 needs to just be switch, and go forward from there.
You hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is I think it was great. They were future proofing in a way, right? If it doesn't work out, we still have this. But
yeah, it's a third pillar of strategy.
Yeah. So. How many more they still have up their sleeve? I don't know.
Well, that was awesome. I love talking about Nintendo. If you want to see more of me talking about Nintendo, click here to subscribe to Kind of Funny Games. If you want to see more about just other stuff that's not video game related, bam! That's just kind of funny. It's a good time too. Patreon, support us there, please. Running out of time. Kevin's giving me the little. See you guys later.